Hello friends, welcome to bisvtrainings.com. My name is Sumit and in this video I'm going to give you an introduction about QlikSense installation. So we'll be going to see how can we download and install QlikSense on our desktop. So before moving on to the installation part, let's see what exactly QlikSense is. Basically, QlikSense is a data visualization tool which has been presented by QlikView, or we can say that it's a modern age data visualization tool which is capable of performing data visualization on fly. So that's QlikSense. To know more about QlikSense, you can visit that website www.qlik.com, and from here you can select QlikSense, and here we have an option product overview. Or if you want to know more about QlikSense desktop, so you can click on QlikSense desktop and it will help you to know more about QlikSense desktop. Now, before downloading and or before installing QlikSense on our desktop, first of all, let's talk about the requirement. What are the system prerequisites for setting up QlikSense on our desktop? So the very first requirement is that we need to have a platform, so it can download and install on or the operating system Windows 7. Mainly it will work only with 64-bit version. So if you are using 32-bit version operating system, it will not work. It cannot be installed on your operating system. So you need to get update, or you need to get a 64-bit version along with SP1 service pack. So if you are using Windows 7, so in this case you need to have Microsoft Windows 7 64-bit, but it should install SP service pack SP1. So let's go and check whether my system or my computer has a system service pack 1 or not. So you can see I'm using Windows 7 Professional and I have got service pack 1 installed on my system with this operating system. Then the processor, let's talk about CPU. So because it supports QlikSense only supports 64-bit version, so it will be requiring multi-core x64 compatible processor. Regarding memory, QlikSense is an in-memory analysis tool. So the memory requirement for the QlikSense products are directly related to the amount of data being analyzed. Again, it's an in-memory tool similar to the QlikView. So it does the processing in memory. So it depends, your system memory will depends on the data, what amount of data you will be visualizing or analyzing. The disk space is 1 GB total required to install, and the .NET framework need to be installed on the operating system will be 4.5.2, and it would be requiring a repository database should be PostgreSQL. It should be included by default with the QlikSense. Now let's begin the installation part. So to begin the installation part, I'll click on this link to visit the URL. So I click on this URL and it will redirect me to the qlik.com website. And from this website you can see we have an option here, free download. So see QlikSense desktop in action. So you can download it. So I click on free download, and then you need to register yourself to download QlikSense desktop. You need to give your details. So I have already given my details here, and once you provide your details and click send form, it will give you a link to download the QlikSense on your desktop, the setup file. So I have already downloaded QlikSense on my desktop. Let's have a look. I get to click view and I have got QlikSense desktop setup. So I double click on this to begin the installation on my system. So it says that it will install all the program features and it will be requiring up to 1.5 GB of free disk space. So let's have a look. So I've got around 34.7 GB. So I click on install, agree. So I accept the license, click on next. It will create a desktop shortcut. So I would like to place a QlikSense desktop shortcut on my desktop. So click on install and the installation will begin. So finally you can see the QlikSense desktop has been installed successfully, and the version which has been installed on my desktop is the 3.0.0.0. I click on finish. So let's begin with QlikSense desktop, and let's see how can we walk around to QlikSense. So I double click on this QlikSense desktop, the icon which has been added on my desktop. As soon as we launch the QlikSense desktop, it will give a welcome screen, and in this welcome screen, it gives us one option that we can create a new app and they start exploring your data. So if you want, you can click here, or we are getting an option here on our home page as well to create an app. So I close this, and you can see that's a QlikSense desktop hub, which can be used in various domains like for sales, for MFA interactive, for help desk management, for an executive dashboard, for creating customer sales, or for visualizing automotive data. So I'm going to create a new app, and that app will add here. So I create a new app and I give a name as BISP test app and create. I can give any name, and as soon as I click create, it will create a new app here. And one app can contain multiple reports or dashboards or multiple visualizations. So I can close it, or if you want to open that test app, I click on open app, or we can click here as well to open the app. So it will open app. BISP test app has been launched, and again I'm getting one screen to add the data on the app. So there are two ways to add the data. We can add the data file from a database or a QlikView data market, or we can use data load editor to load the data from files or from data. And if you want to make any transformation into the database like we used to do in QlikView, we can use this data load editor. So if I click on data load editor, it will open the similar editor which we have in QlikView. But because this is the first tutorial, so I'm going to load data by going into my by load directly from the file without using script editor. So I have moved back to this screen, and I'm going to add the data from here. So I click on add data from a database or QlikView data market. We can add database from the various data sources, like we can use all files or Apache Hive or Microsoft SQL Server or ODBC, OEDB, Oracle, or web files or Teradata or PostgreSQL or REST or Salesforce. So you can see we have got a Salesforce link here. By using this, we can quickly extract the data from Salesforce as well. It's a CRM. So I click on all files, and here when I click on all files, it gives me an option that I would like to load the data from C drive or D drive. So I locate the data on my desktop, on my system. It's a data set, and from that data set, I would like to use sales data set. So I have got a sales data set. So I click on sales, and so I select sales, click on this arrow next. When I click on next arrow, the data will get loaded from the sales dataset into QlikSense, and we can do customization if it is required. We can increase the header size from here. You can see that the header size we can increase. By default, it's from row number 1 and so on. If I say 1, you can see it has been increased from it's loaded from the first row, from the first record 1341. So I would like to go for the default one 0. And also the file format is in XLSX. That's the default format, and I'll say load data and finish. So I say load data and finish. Similar way, if you want to filter the data, we have an option here. We can filter the fields. I click load data and finish, so it will be finishing loading the data onto the app. And now we have option here. Either we can use open data manager to look at the data, or we can directly click on edit the sheet to edit the sheet. So you can see by default a new sheet has been created within this app named as my new sheet. I can close it and I can click on my new sheet. It will open a sheet. So by default this sheet is empty, because we haven't added any data onto the sheet right now. So in order to add data to the sheet, or in order to add the visualization to the sheet, you need to click on edit. So I click on edit and this sheet opens in edit mode. On the extreme left side, you can see we are getting four options: chart, custom object, master items, and fields. If you click on fields, you can see all the fields which are available in the dataset. If I click on chart, so these are the charts which I can add. So I can click on bar chart and I can drag and drop this bar chart. So either we can drag and drop the bar chart in this area, and now we are free to add the dimensions or the measures. So I click on add dimensions, and I would like to find out the region wise sale. So I add my dimension, I choose select region as my dimension, and for measure I have sum of sales. So basically it should be sales, so I say sales, and the aggregation function should be sum of sales. So very quickly you can see a chart has been created, and we can do some visualization with this chart. We can change the appearance of this chart, we can add the title to this chart, we can perform the colors and the legend. So single color or by dimension, you can see the visualization has been done within 12 colors. And also x-axis we have got region, and the label and title. Label orientation should be auto, so we can go for horizontal or tilted. So position should be bottom or top. So these kind of customization can be done by using QlikSense. And finally, once we've done the changes, we can save it, the customization, and click on done. So that's the sheet we have got here. And then we can take a snapshot of this sheet. We can quickly take a snapshot of the sheet and add an annotation and send it to someone. We can add a description to this. Or if we have got exploration menu, so when you click on this, the same exploration menus will open. So we can do the sorting, presentation, color, and legend. And the third option to close this, and we can look at the sheet in full screen. So I click on full screen to look at the sheet in full screen. There are many other options which we'll be going to talk about in later videos. So that's all in this video. If you have any queries, you can write to us on www.bisptrainings.com. You can contact for us for the customized training on QlikSense. If you have any issues, you can write to us as well. You can subscribe our YouTube channel if you want to have more videos on QlikSense. Thank you once again. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.